All right, so, ooh, that was close. He almost. I almost dumped my whiskey everywhere. Woo. Do me a favor when you get a minute. Bring me a damp rag. Just get the sticky whiskey off my hands. Thank you. That's exactly right, Radar. It's an interesting matchmaking. I'm top tier at tier 7. What? I know, crazy. It's my own fault, too. I've learned over many years of streaming with booze on the table to keep the booze on the right, on the other side of the mouse. And if I put it anywhere else, chances are I'm going to knock it over. We took him downstairs, I think. All right, let's see. I'm on this flank, so let's play a little on the wide side. Is there a chance to play Alsace? I can play Alsace if you like. I'll do just pretty much whatever. I'm kind of just derping tonight, you know? No worries. I am not really in any mood for anything in particular. I've got tier 7 ships on special, but beyond that, I'll do whatever. Sippy cup. You're not right. You're not wrong, crazy. They've told me I really should get sippy cups for stream, and I probably should. Thank you, dear. You're welcome. This will be quick. Here. Thank you. You're welcome. Appreciate you. That's because I'm part of the main Warship stream, Arho. So that's not a problem. Stats Bloke and I are doing the in-game commentary on the main boat stream. No, that's cool. You're not dumb. It's no big deal. The announced they've had to jump through a bajillion hoops with all the people that want to cast the international event. It's a good problem to have. Unfortunately, the limitations of the training room and the way that they want to continue to run. I know, right, Roman? They want to continue to run the main stream, being produced out of St. Pete with the camera work, severely limits a lot of things. A lot of people don't like it when St. Pete does the camera work. They've gotten better, a lot better. But I probably would still put myself on that list. I'm doing okay, Revan. The additional functionality the St. Petersburg setup brings is really awesome, right? The picture-in-picture and the little instant replay clips they can do, like those are sexy. I'm a huge fan of those. But I still feel like the casters, the people commentating the match, do a better job of moving the camera around on the board. Now, not everybody does, okay? It is, like anything else, it's a skill you acquire through doing lots of it, okay? And even Zath and I, it's been games we've done. There are times we miss things. We're not perfect, right? Crap happens, okay? But we feel like we do a pretty good job, and we've learned over many, many games kind of how to position a camera to get certain angles and so on and so forth. So we tend to feel like we do all right in this department. That looks like the Königsberg shooting at me, which I don't particularly care for. There's the Eindracht. And so the St. Petersburg... it's the Bugioni. The St. Petersburg camera is arguably inferior simply because of that fact alone. Warships, in fact, esports in general, in my opinion, are very, very different from casting like a sporting event, right? And I think this is something that gets lost in translation when you try to explain this to people. But the reality is that, in a sporting event, most sporting events are based around balls of some kind. Football, whether that's American football or European football, right? Football, baseball, golf, soccer, tennis. So the action is where the ball is. Whoever controls the ball, holds the ball, is executing the play with the ball, whatever, that's where the camera can be focused. A game like Warships doesn't work that way, right? You've got a map that is literally 50 kilometers on a side, and action can be happening anywhere. And so the idea that you're going to cover all of it, first of all, you can't cover it all with 2 cameras, which we've proven many times over the years. Having more cameras in the match is a good thing. But I still feel like you should be using those for like the ancillary views of replays and picture-in-picture and other fun, all these little fun things that they do and not like the main view. That's my personal opinion, because the guys calling the action should be kind of the ones, you know, driving that boat. And then use the other views for all the other little auxiliary camera, you know, put 4 cameras in there, or 5 or whatever, and then you've got them for your fancy replay or your picture-in-picture or whatever else you want to use them for. And then focus up on the main views of the guys actually commentating the action as best you can. Is it a perfect solution? It's not. In fact, I dare say it's overly complicated, if for no other reason than it almost requires that you put everybody in the same room, simply because technically it's very difficult to do that any other way. Oh, I should have shot the Königsberg. I'll shoot him in a minute. Well, we're way down on caps and points, but we at least caught a ship. So that's something. This is going to hurt. God, I hate Nagato. Take your 16-inch guns and get out of here, please. This ship is so freaking weak. Well, I got half of it back, I suppose. Blocked? I don't know, GMAC. The only time that Stream Elements deletes things is when you try to post a link, usually. That's the only time it does. Did you try to post a link? Yeah, if you want to post a link, it will probably block you. Okay. We are definitely not going to win this flank, especially not with our destroyer committing suicide. So it's time to do a little bit of kiting. Let's see if we can wipe out the Königsberg. That would be nice. 'Twould be lovely. Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth says hello, you dirty kraut. No, go away, Nagato. You bother me. I think I should switch to the HE and really have fun with this Dunkirk. What do you think? Yeah, he totally got colonized, Castle. He really did. Our Leander is also about to get counter-colonized because he doesn't understand not to drive out in front of 6 ships. And so now it's like 6-on-1 on this flank, which feels really bad. So, time to go be somewhere else. I'm going to take the shot on the Dunkirk. I know it's a crap shot. I don't care. I've got to get HE in the barrel while I run. The one nice thing about Duke of Yuck is that firing over her shoulder like this, the gun angles are actually not too bad. You won't let you post links unless you ask permission in advance. So anybody, if one of the mods will permit our Hulk and or whoever it was earlier that was getting stuff deleted, the bot will allow you to do so. But you have to ask permission first. It's just the way it is. There you go. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. That's good dispersion. Oh, that's good dispersion out of the forward barrels. I think I'm still going to miss because he slowed down. No, bow fire? Bow fire. En français, monsieur. What's French for barbecue? I'm waiting for this Dunkirk to figure out the best thing he can be doing is firing HE back at me. But he hasn't figured it out yet. We'll Tool forward at half speed for a bit while we burn him down. Actually, you know what? No. Yeah, time to go. Bow fire on the Dunkirk. He's gonna love that. And then there was just me, alone, on this entire half of the map. Yay! What could possibly go wrong? I don't have the Tier 10 Russian carrier, and if I did, it's probably still under NDA, so unfortunately the answer is likely to be no. No, feu is French for, it's definitely French for fire. Well, that's irritating. This clown might actually Citadel me. Yeah. Here's the good news. I can give it back as well. Oh, good. I've got a little bit of help out of a Fuso now. That's encouraging. Hang on a minute. He's booking it now. All right, that feels better. Now, let's see if we can teach this Mahan not to pick on someone bigger than he is. This dude's got balls, I'll give him that. Not the hit I was looking for. I think I'm still going to eat all of these. Yep. They aren't going to be sits, but they're going to hurt. Yep. Fun and games, kids. So much fun. I love submarines. They are so awesome. No way to spot him. No way to do anything. It's like it's not, you know, that, and that's the frustrating bit, right? Like, even if there's a carrier in the game, I can fight back, right? I have AA. He can't do it endlessly and forever. I really do think they're going to have to do something. Like, they give me my fancy plane, right? And they're like, here, you can drop depth charges. All right, well, that doesn't do me any good, though. Right? If I don't know where he is, it's literally pointless. So why am I never given any iota, any indication of where this clown is? Now, in fairness, that's how it would have worked in real life, too. Right? He would have just sat out there and done whatever he wanted. That feels good, doesn't it? God, even at that angle, I got slapped. One of the things that keeps me from playing British battleships very often is how soft they are. I've never been a huge fan of how soft these ships are. And they are pretty soft. I mean, I'm going to end up with a pretty solid little game here in Duke of York. Especially given what I'm up against, being hunted by basically their entire team. Because I got left on the flank to die. That's one of the frustrations I have with this ship that KG-5 doesn't have, right? Is that KG-5 gets a 25-second reload to make up for the fact their guns are such trash. Duke of York is basically penalized. Her gun reload is terrible in exchange for having Hydro. But Gaelrond, you aren't shown ping direction. You don't have any idea where you're being pinged from. High, low, left, right, east, west. You don't have any idea. You just know, oh, you've been pinged. You're not shown where you're pinged from. So you can. So how does that show up on my UI that's filled with other things? All right, so this is... You're welcome, Alpha. That might be the best Duke of York game I've ever had. All right, well, whatever. So that gives you an idea, I guess, of what direction he's in. And if you know it's a U-69, you know his torpedoes have like a 10-kilometer range, so you could probably take a guess. Okay. Whatever. That shows you how often I've played in a game with submarines, which is not very. Yeah, 5 seconds isn't nearly enough time. They got to do better than that. This is a close game. There's only a 50-point difference here. But if we can kill the Lazo, we should pretty much have this. They really need to kill the Lazo. There we go. They're going to get it. One of these few salvos is going to get him. Of course, our 15 HP Minsk is about to die. Never mind. That's a trade. Well, I guess we'll see. This Miyoko needs to not die. And that's a problem. Okay. All right. I think they're going to win in seconds now. I think they've got this. They tried their they busted their butts to lose this game, but I think they're going to pull it off. So Gilron, I haven't paid much attention. One of the things you learn when you hang out around my channel very often is I tend to not pay a lot of attention to changes until they go live. Simply because I know how much everything is going to move and shift while they're testing it. So I do my little first look video, and then I don't look at a ship again until I can actually like play it on stream. So mechanics, for me, it's like, okay, so you made changes, yay, but like, I don't know. Alpha, about Duke of York. One of the reasons when you play a British battleship, okay, when I play a British battleship, I will almost never fire the AP. Generally because the British AP shells have just horrible nerfed values in terms of their fuse timers and everything. It makes them a real pain in the ass to use. At medium-ish ranges and on in, they become useful. At long range, forget about it. Duke of York, however, has a couple of things going for her in this department. So before you play the ship, understand kind of what you're getting into. One of them is she has improved ricochet angles on her AP. So you know how American heavy cruisers have improved bounce angles on their AP shells? So does Duke of York. What that means is that when you're fighting with a Duke of York and you have AP in the barrel, you're more likely to get full pens or better at steeper angles of your target than you would with a normal British battleship. It's a very, very subtle thing, okay? And it's the sort of thing that most players aren't even aware of, much less take advantage of. But it's actually, this is a real thing, okay? So on normal battleship AP, you start making ricochet checks at 45 degrees. So once the shell comes in at 45 degrees, as soon as you get 46 degrees, when that shell comes in, there's a chance it'll ricochet. For Duke of York, that doesn't start until 60 degrees. So you're more likely to get good full AP pen out of those shells. She does still have the same crappy British AP fuse timers. You can't get away from that. But the penetration is a thing. So basically, that's what you're paying for, right? And then, so you're getting a ship that has hydro and improved pen angles, and that really awesome ice camo, in exchange for a really horribly nerfed reload, right? A KG-5 reloads in 25 seconds. Duke of York reloads in 29 and a half. And that alone is the reason that almost nobody plays this ship. When Duke of York was in testing, she had a really interesting concept. She did not have a heel, but she had both defensive fire and hydro. So they basically took a battleship and said, okay, we're going to strip away your heel, but we're going to give you more tools to increase your survivability, and let's see what happens. I really liked that iteration of Duke of York. She was interesting. She wasn't for everybody, I won't pretend, but like, it was different. It was unique. It was fun because it was unlike any other battleship in the game. Like Paolo Emilio, right? Paolo Emilio is unlike any other destroyer in the game. Duke of York at the time filled that role. And everybody lost their minds. What do you mean you're going to make a battleship without a heel? You can't do this. The forums and Reddit were just on fire. And finally they were like, okay, fine. They gave her a heel. And since they gave her a heel, they had to nerf the crap out of the rest of the ship, and it's just the end result is thoroughly milquetoast. It's very sad. It's very sad.